Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the refined Xbox Nation podcast. We are pleasantly surprised and happy that you guys have joined us on this Wednesday evening. How are you guys all doing? Thanks for checking us out. And make sure you guys give us that thumbs up because we love getting thumbs up. And subscribe if you haven't because we like when you guys subscribe to us. So, Mooch isn't here yet, ladies and gentlemen, but he will be very shortly. He was doing a football fantasy draft. Go Mooch! Anyway, yes, we're going to go ahead and do some introductions. And we have Rand Al 4K, who now has a 4K TV and an Xbox One S, despite the fact that he is a little bit of a hypocrite because he said that he had no interest in an Xbox One S or 4K at this time, and now things have changed. What's going on, Rand?
Can you say hypocrite?
Why, thank you for inviting me on this lovely podcast today, Crap.
It is lovely.
It is a great day.
Yes.
It's a wonderful day out here on the Twitter streets and YouTube streets.
Yes, the YouTubes.
It's very nice day. Like, I am extremely happy to be a part of the show.
And we're happy to have you.
Right, and I'm going to keep my language under control. I need to, adhere to the guidelines.
Exactly. We all do. We are a little bit collared right now. But, we're still raw, guys. We're still keeping it real, Yes. So, hold on. So, Rand, how's that 4K TV working for you, dude?
I haven't hooked it up yet because I'm doing this podcast. This wonderful podcast.
Yes.
I'm taking time out of my day not to use my new 4K TV so I can be here with all the lovely people out there on YouTube.
How are all you lovely people doing? Okay, so we got the governor as well. Hey, how's it going, GKB?
It is sunshines and butterflies out, my friend. It's fantastic right now. Hello, all you lovely people in YouTube land. But I have to ask you, Crap, I don't know if this is too hardcore for us casuals out there. I gotta ask you, man, like, how does a casual guy get onto a hardcore podcast like this?
Well, I think we're more of a podcast that's geared towards everybody now, Casuals, hardcore, Sony fans, Nintendo fans, Microsoft fans. We're all just happy fans together, bringing the love, bringing togetherness and gaming to each other. So hopefully,
mobile fans, Windows fans.
Oh yes,
let's not go that far.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I still rock my Windows phone right now, but yeah, and we also have we also have She-Wolf here. How you doing?
I am very well. How is everybody else?
This is a little bit difficult, but yes.
This is normal for She-Wolf. She's Canadian. Hey!
This is true. They're very friendly people.
They're nice.
Yes.
Could I just claim I'm from another country, so my language is not actually technically that language?
Well, I think that you still speak English of a sort. Just Canadian English. Yeah. Right? Canadian English? Eh?
I know I know French words and yeah. Anyways, how is everybody out there doing?
Everybody's doing fine. It's lovely, and we have a very special guest tonight. We have Lady Foxfire, and I cranked up her mic so she should sound loud and clear for everyone. How you doing, Foxfire?
What's up? I'm good. Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
You guys may know me from a lovely little podcast on Tuesday nights. In an awesome, sweet channel.
The Casual Corner.
Casual Corner is lovely, and we talk about nice things and flowers and butterflies and rainbows.
Exactly. It's very casual and very fun.
Do you talk about puppy dogs as well?
Only sometimes.
Puppy dogs.
Only pugs. Only pugs.
Hey, I gotta have a niece. He's adorable.
What do you mean pugs? Why would I talk about pugs?
Pugs are cool.
Because they're all tiny and cute.
Pugs, yeah, they are cute, but I have a little cute Havanese. He's adorable. His name's Butters. I call him Butters.
Butters.
I'm like, hey Butters, how you doing? Okay, so anyway,
everybody on Twitter saw him. He's adorable.
I know. He is, isn't he? He's so adorable. He sleeps on his back.
Yep, he looks like a carpet.
He does. Well, he gets shaved down a lot. Like a few times a year, he gets shaved down. But right now, he's got kind of long hair. So, yeah, it's interesting. But anyway, let's dive into these great happy topics. Battlefield 1 beta impressions. I would like to give my beta impressions as I actually downloaded the beta and was about to hop on in some of my free time today, but the servers were down. Fiddle-dee-dee. So I can't really say what I thought of it, but I know a couple of you guys in here have played it, so why don't you guys jump in and give us your impressions of the Battlefield 1 beta?
I would like to jump in here first, if that is all right with everybody.
That's fine and proper.
Okay. You know what? I liked it more than Titanfall.
Oh, wow.
There it is.
Oh.
I actually really enjoyed the Battlefield 1 beta. I really did. Oh my god, killing people with swords was like, just, oh my god, I loved it. Riding around the horses and everything, though I couldn't drive a plane worth poopy at all because of the fact that I kept crashing.
Oh, so you've crashed.
Oh yeah, several times.
Huh. So I mean, what is your thoughts overall? Because I see a lot of people saying that the game is a reskinned Battlefront or Battlefield 4. Do you agree with that?
No.
If anything, it's a good mixture of both, and obviously then you got some unique stuff to it as well.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you don't think that it plays
it's copy.
like
No, it's not. It's literally not copy paste from what I played, and I've played both of those games.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, okay. Let me think here. What about you, Rand? Have you played the game?
I played 2 games of it the other day.
And what were your thoughts? Did you think that it was? I mean, have you played a lot of Battlefield in the past?
Yes, Battlefield's one of my favorite franchises. Like, I played a lot of Bad Company 1, a lot of Bad Company 2. We're talking hundreds of hours on both those games. I did play quite a bit of Battlefield 4, but not as much as the other 2, so I do have a great affinity for the series, the multiplayer of the series. The single player is not as good. I play multiplayer. When I get a Battlefield game, I play multiplayer. So I played a couple games, and it's Battlefield. I mean, Conquest is very chaotic. Like, I hopped in there, and it was just, like, overwhelmed by, like, oh my god, how big the map was, the chaos that was going around. Tried all the different character classes. Not a fan of sniping, so I didn't pick the scout.
I really freaking don't like. I don't like snipers. I swear. I just Fuji.
I've always been more of a rush guy. So that's the mode for me. I didn't play it yet, but I did like what I played. I mean, it feels like Battlefield, the chaotic nature of it. The menus seem more like Star Wars Battlefront-ish. I don't like the map though. I think they could have picked a better map too.
Is there only one map right now?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just one map.
Okay.
It's the desert one, and it's very open, so pretty much snipers can just go up on the rocks on like from one end to the other end and just snipe people that try to run in the middle to actually get the points, which kind of sucks.
It's the exact reason why most people don't like Battlefield. Like Mooch, why Mooch doesn't like it is because you run.
And there's
Mooch.
And speak of.
Welcome, Mooch.
Hey.
How are you?
Welcome to the friendly Xbox Nation podcast.
Yes, I usually have gamer notes, but today I'm working on words like sugar, fudge, and gosh dang it.
Yes.
All right, great.
I'm working with Fiddle-dee-dee and HE double hockey sticks.
That's great. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm changing my Mooch icon to the big purple dinosaur that was.
Barney.
I want to.
Yes.
Yeah, Barney. Thank you. Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Barney.
This is insane, guys. This is I actually was listening to Rand just talk about Battlefield, and actually that's a lot of commentating has been saying very similar things about the menu system. I haven't played yet, but I'm pretty excited to get into it.
Yeah, but it's still Battlefield at its core. Like, if you don't like the idea of spawning somewhere and not using a vehicle and running across the map, you're probably gonna have a bad time, especially on this map because it's very wide open. There are snipers, and you will probably die before you.
How many planes have landed on your head? Is more what I'm concerned.
None yet.
I crashed
0
on other people. Well,
okay.
No, probably not. Well, that's just because I couldn't drive though. Like,
But the demo did confirm what I've always thought is that Battlefield is just better than Titanfall. Well, bigger than Titanfall. I mean, like I played like what I think 3 or 4 games, and I was like, I don't need to play any more of this. I'm sold. Like this game's gonna be amazing.
I agree. Like I enjoyed it so much better. Like I got bored playing Titanfall 2, where this like it was nonstop. I was trying to like get on the horses and like cut people down, and I had so much fun playing Battlefield 1.
Oh, you can actually use the horses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, GK.
Mine is. I was gonna say mine is called Tony the Pony, but you know, I ride that sucker everywhere.
Oh, that's awesome. I can't wait. Actually, I was really excited to play it, and then I was kind of bummed out to see the servers were DDoSed or downed or whatever. But GKB, what were your thoughts of the beta? How much have you played?
We played a good few hours of the beta, man. I think the graphics are awesome. That Frostbite engine is no joke, man.
Yeah.
It does some crazy stuff. I actually am probably one of the few that actually love the map. I like the sandstorm thing. It gives you that like fog of war type thing. So you're able to, in the beginning of the game, like move around and be a little strategic before the sand goes away, and then it's like an all-out chaos war. So you can kind of set up a little bit. I thought the gameplay was great. It has some balancing issues with some of the weapons and stuff like that, but they're gonna fix that, so I ain't worried about that. I enjoyed the planes, whether you were either flying or in the back as the gunner. They were just fantastic, man. That was a lot of fun. My only issue is because I don't play a lot of Battlefields. So I mean, if you're new to it, like there's a big learning curve to it to figure out like how to spawn in, how to do this, how to do a whole bunch of things. I was starting to get the hang of it towards the end there of our night playing, but yeah, there's definitely a learning curve for new players.
Interesting. And Mooch, are you actually going to download this beta and give it a try?
Absolutely. No, I'm actually. I just got home from the draft, so I will be downloading it tonight. I'll probably play it tomorrow. Now, this is the one thing I didn't research. How long does this beta go for?
With the DOS hit type thing that's going on right now, they could actually extend it, but
at least 4 days, because there is this thing where if you play the game for once a day for the 4 days and get rank 15, you get a dog tag. So at least 4 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
So,
Interesting.
Yeah,
fine,
everything that I'm hearing is either 4 days or a week. Everything.
Okay.
But
well, at
one
least
map, isn't that a lot of time though, Crap, for one map?
I hope they add more. Do you guys think they'll add another map or so?
The download is only 6 gigs.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Anything's possible, but
I have no idea.
I mean, the Titanfall beta was what, 17 gigs, right?
Yeah, it took me like
that had 3 maps in it.
For someone that's actually played different Battlefield betas, they always stick to one map. In Battlefield 3, it was Metro, or Operation Metro, and then in 4, I forgot the name of it, but it had that big building that comes down eventually. So usually it's always one map.
Okay, so yeah, I remember the Metro map. That was actually pretty interesting because I played that, and I remember thinking, man, I'm just not a Battlefield guy. But Battlefield 4 has kind of converted me lately. You know, I have a lot of fun with it. Yeah, it is. It's really good, and that's HE double hockey stick, man.
Excuse my language, everyone.
Okay, so also, did you guys hear that Titanfall 2, just keeping with this whole EA theme, is going to actually get Angel City, which was my favorite map in Titanfall 1.
It'll already be the default best map in Titanfall 2.
for sure.
Oh my god, that actually made me a little more excited again to hear that they were bringing back an old map. I'm hoping maybe they'll actually resort to some of the other ones, but they need to bring back attrition though.
Here's the question though: are they keeping it the same, or are they going to be changing it up for the new gameplay mechanics that they have in this game?
Well, that's a good question because remember I said, do you think the game people would notice it if the game doesn't play the same if they use like flashback maps or whatever? Mm-hmm. The game might not play the same, or they might change a few things because I remember they did that with I believe Modern Warfare. One of the Modern Warfares they put like Call of Duty 4 maps in. I think Modern Warfare 2, but they changed them a little bit or whatever.
You do know, Crap, I want to point this out real fast, that since we're kind of talking Battlefield versus Titanfall here, Titanfall, outside of like not being able to invite people to parties and stuff like that, worked flawlessly for the most part, right?
Yeah.
What is this? The first day of Battlefield, the Battlefield 1 beta.
You mean that Titanfall worked flawlessly?
Titanfall worked flawlessly, and it's the first day of the open beta for Battlefield, and it's already down for DDoS attacks.
Are they saying that have they confirmed that it's DDoS?
I don't think they'll ever confirm it's DDoS, but I mean it is down. You can't play. So is that a little concerning moving forward? That on the first day it's like kaput, don't work.
Yeah, they tweeted out that all their services are down right now. Like
they don't like admitting DDoS. It's kind of like when a streaker runs out in the middle of a baseball game. They don't want to pan to it on TV because it kind of encourages it. So they don't ever mention it until maybe weeks after, if it even comes out then and it's leaked.
Well, they don't want to give any like credence or
and I don't blame them.
Yeah, I don't blame them either. Plus, I mean, maybe something went wrong on their end. Who knows? But I mean, it is a little. I mean, Battlefield games, they're always great. Maybe not at launch, but eventually. They are. Like, I fully expect Battlefield 1 to not work the first day it comes out.
Agreed.
At all. Like,
yeah, I agree with you.
To buy it day one.
Well, at least with us, we get to play it 5 days early with that fabulous service.
EA Access.
Yes.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, and then as far as Angel City, I think that actually gets me excited that they might bring back other Titanfall 1 maps, and I guess, maybe willing to try it. Because, look, I was able to go into it and actually play pretty well as far as, just getting kills and deaths, but it just wasn't as fun for me the way I had to do it. You know what I mean? I had to adapt and play it like Call of Duty, and so I guess I just really wasn't a fan of that. But, yeah, I'm very excited to see more maps and things like that.
Well, this is the first I'm hearing about Angel City coming back, and I'll tell you something. To me personally, this is a telltale of what's going on. You've got Respawn listening to the responses. The people who are saying Titanfall 2 is okay, it's great. You're wrong because there's definitely something wrong with the game. You've got developers going back to the drawing board, making changes to speed and gameplay. That's a drastic And now you're hearing they're going to revamp and bring a couple of old maps back because basically what they're saying is we didn't utilize the maps the way we did in the first game correctly, so we're going to give you a few things to make you guys somewhat satisfied with the product. There's a lot wrong with this game, and I'm sorry, but me personally, I actually warrant exactly what Crap and you guys are saying. I'm glad that you guys are excited for Angel City coming back, but that's not good enough because why is it now? We just said, and there's a lot of people on this panel that can't stand remasters. Now you're about to buy the successor to Titanfall, and you're already buying a remaster. So
I disagree with you a little bit there, Mooch, because pretty much every multiplayer game that comes out, especially for popular ones, always feature maps from previous games. I mean,
5 years later, Rand.
Not necessarily. Halo 5 launched with a couple from previous Halo games. Battlefield always at least launches with.
Yeah, but Halo 5 had 39 maps. I'll give them two.
Well, I'm just saying,
two of them are from
last. A unique like one-off thing. Like games do this. Like
I think.
I mean, I get what you're saying. Okay, so I think the concern is more Angel City played a certain way on Titanfall 1, but all the changes they made, are they going to have to change the map itself, or is the map even going to be as cool as it was because of the changes? And I mean, you are right in the sense it's like, hey, I don't mind like. When I buy a game or when you buy a game, it's like I want like all new content, and you look at it like Angel City, it's like, well, it's not really new content. I wouldn't mind that map being added for free later on or something like that.
Right, DLC, you throw it in,
But as like, hey, like, so you essentially saying like, well, you just already took the work you did, and I'm not trying to put down the work that the artists have to do to redesign the map, because I'm sure it's not going to look 100% the same. They'll probably have changes in it. I'm not trying to put that down, but it does. And, and I always do it with like when they redid I think they redid Midship for Halo 5. It was kind of like, I love Midship in Halo 2, but I would rather you guys make new great maps because like when you talk about Halo 5 now, it's like there's not a single like new map they made that people are like, this is a classic. It's because like people are so fixated on Lockout and Midship and all the maps from Halo 1 and all that stuff. So it's like none of the new maps get that kind of love that the older ones do.
Do the old Halo maps play well though with the new Halo style, like with the run and all that kind of stuff? Because it seems to me like
pound.
Maybe,
it might be a bit weird. It's different.
Midship runs fine. I'm trying to think what other older maps they have in Halo. Is it just Midship? I know they haven't redone Lockout yet, right?
But see, the difference between where we went from, let's just break down Rand's example, okay? So there's Halo. Halo 5, Halo 4, Halo 5, what they changed in the game was they sped things up.
Yeah.
This is a case where they slowed things down. It's a problem. It's always easier to go faster than it is to slow down. It just is. That's just the nature of the way humans react. I don't care if we're talking about running, anything else. Ramping up, like running up a hill, and then when they say go downhill and go slow, you're banging your knees going down the hill. It hurts your knees, hurts your ankles, all this other stuff. My point being is when you're actually getting used to a game, Halo did take some older maps, but they just sped things up. They made it easier to grab onto a ledge and pull yourself up. You know, things like that. You know, there's a speed element there that I think is a little easier for the user to get used to. This is a case where, Rand, you brought up a good point. I wasn't even getting into the fact that Angel City wouldn't play the same way. I wasn't even thinking that. You're actually correct. They would have to tweak it and either tweak the map or tweak the user what do you call it? The speed of the game even more. I'm just go ahead.
Okay, well, I don't mean to cut you off, but when you're talking about Angel City now, from everything that I was reading, it's just saying that it's going to be a free DLC download.
Well, all the DLC is going to be free.
Oh, okay.
But so then, do we actually know exactly when we're actually going to be getting this map? Like everything I read never actually confirmed that it was going to be released with launch.
Here's the thing, like, I'm kind of on Mooch's side on this one a bit because it seems like, you know, we all played the tech test. We all really didn't like it, and a lot of people didn't like it. That's why they, you know, switched up a few things on the second one. But now all of a sudden they're like, hey, you know, we're going to throw out Angel City, da-da-da-da. So it's almost like trying to be like, yeah, we know it sucks, but here's something cool for you. Don't, you know, forget about that. And to Rand's point, you know, he's probably right that they probably already had this, you know, working on this kind of stuff to give it because that's what they do with these multiplayer games. But it just seems like the announcement, like right now, just seems like, hey, we know we fucked up, but, you know, here you go. Sorry for that word.
Yeah, actually, that's the first thing I thought of when I was watching the trailer. You know, mind you, I don't care if the map is back or not. Like, if it's not there, if it is there, I don't care. What I care is about the new Titans that I saw. That's actually what threw me off. I was like, interested but confused at the same time because all those new Titans are not going to play the same in that map. But then again, I am actually interested in those new Titans in the game. I just don't know, like, when I'm going to get the game now. But the only thing that is interesting is the campaign to me. So, yeah, I don't care about the map.
In the vault.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, we'll get to play it at least a little bit early with EA Access, so, you know, I'm kind of excited for that. But yeah, like that's my favorite map. I have very fond memories of that map, and so I guess I'm kind of excited for that. Also, the free DLC isn't bad. I like that. I like what they're doing.
Yeah, that's good.
That's concerned.
Yeah, but the question is, how long is it going to take to come to EA Vault now because of the fact it wasn't actually as hyped as what I think they thought it was going to be?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a really good question. I have no idea, but I'm interested to find out. But speaking of the Access Vault, apparently Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2.
I was actually just going to bring that up for the fact that
we're talking about EA, so that's a good segue.
Well, no, I was actually going to compare it to that one and Need for Speed, like Titanfall 2, to those two games, because they were new games that actually got brought to the vault pretty fast, in my opinion. So I was actually going to compare it to Titanfall 2 with that, but you went into a perfect segue.
Yeah, I'm good at that. Yay, Crapgamer! Woo! Yeah. So yeah, like this is one of the reasons why I like EA Access, because this is a game that I know a lot of people were like, I really like the first one, but I'm gonna hold off because it's gonna be put in the vault. And like I knew I bought the first one, but I didn't know a lot of other people that bought the first one. So this is pretty cool because now I know a lot of people who haven't even played this game yet but wanted to, and they have EA Access, so now they're gonna be able to play it. Like Mooch, I know you wanted the game, but you didn't want to buy it because you're cheap. But you're going to play it now.
No, it's not that. Listen, here's the thing with Plants vs. Zombies. Like, we bought the first one. Me and my family, we literally beat the shit out of it. I think we have like 700 or 800 gamer score on it. Like, we played the crap out of it. And then I downloaded the EA Access free trial, and I'm like, okay, this is a really, really, really good version of the first one. Like, nothing had changed. I know they changed game modes, but realistically, when it comes down to it, We just did the Plants vs Zombies, like the garden. I can't remember the names of them, but the one where you plant the flowers and you like hold your base and the zombies attack, whatever. We did that mode, and we did basically team deathmatch. So my point being is I was not going to pay $60 more for the exact same game. I will, however, be downloading the EA Access, free version for tonight if it's available.
Yeah, it is. Our kids were playing it earlier today.
Yeah, it didn't warrant the $60 crap. It just didn't.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, I mean, I rarely ever saw this hold its $60 price. I saw it at 40, like really quickly.
Yeah, it dropped. Yeah, 40.
So I saw it at 40, then 35, then 30, then back to 40. I was like, whoa.
Well, you know what they did? Like, I really liked the first one. The second one's better than the first one in every way. It has a campaign and everything.
Yeah, it's the same thing plus more. Yeah.
It's the same. Like EA does this, right? Like Titanfall. Titanfall was really good. Well, they kind of messed it up, in my opinion, so far with the multiplayer. But they added a campaign and like the grappling hook and some stuff like that. Like that, the slide, all that stuff is cool on its own. Like same thing with Plants vs Zombies. That was an early Xbox One game. Remember, I think it was a timed exclusive for like 3 or 6 months or something. So it was a game that I bought early on. It's just multiplayer only, but like there was no servers. Again, what's the deal with EA games and there not being like private lobbies or anything when their games launch? Like that seems to me like that would be something that they would have first and foremost. Like everybody wants to play with their friends, and not being able to go into a lobby and then pick a room with your friends is kind of lame in my opinion. So. And they fixed all that stuff with the second one anyway, but I'm sure the next Battlefront game will be better too. You'll be able to. I remember there was no lobbies with that either. No
That's how they get you, 1 and 2.
Yeah. So you buy the first one and you're like, I like the gameplay and everything, but I wish they do this, this, and this. And they're like, okay, well we're gonna do this, this, and this, but you got to pay another $60. And
yeah.
So yeah. And so that's how they get you. What about you, Rand? Did you play Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2?
I own Plants vs. Zombies, so I bought it when it was on sale for $30 at one point.
And you're a big fan?
I mean, I really enjoyed the first game. I just have so many games now. Let's see, I have 114 games installed and 470 ready to install. So I have a lot of stuff I can play.
Well, you get a lot of games probably because you're the over 1 million gamer score guy. I mean, that's your thing.
Randall Indie.
Randall Indie. There are a lot of indie games.
Have you played the Turing Test yet?
I do. I have played it. I have beaten the first chapter. I was waiting I was kind of holding off on playing games until I got my 4K TV.
Okay, yeah, I got you. You know what? I'm really surprised with the Turing Test. I guess we could talk about it a little bit. I don't know who in this podcast has played it, but really kind of like I was like, what's this? And so I got a code to review it or whatever, so I've been playing it, and I'm just like, I'm not usually in the games like that, but something's really gravitating me and keeping me playing it.
What platforms is that available on?
Xbox One and PC.
Yeah,
yep, and I would like to make a special note to the audience, just so everybody knows what we talk about when we say bias. I went and clicked on the IGN review, and Marty Sleva, who, by the way, does a review in one monotone voice, it'll put you to sleep in a minute and a half. Not only did he gave it a 7.0, but on top of that, it very clearly read in big lettering on the bottom, reviewed on PC. So what I find very interesting, this is the second time that IGN's done this, when it's a PC Xbox exclusive that launch on the same time, or even if it's timed exclusive, they still revert to the PC. These are all little subliminal hits that IGN does non-stop. Why would you not do? Whenever it's PS4 and PC, they show the PS4. The only time they ever did the PC version, I believe, was with The Witness. Except for that, I've seen only PS4. But I don't know if you guys... I pay attention to the little wacky things out there. That's just something that I thought everybody should be aware of. Another IGN fumble where you should be catering... Let's be honest. IGN's audience is 90% console viewers. Okay?
Yeah. Yep.
Why are you putting reviewed on PC? Nobody gives a shit. And PC players only play those goofball games. We're the ones you want to sell it to. If I was making that game, I'd be like, please let the Xbox One people know this is available. PC people always play these cornball games. Let the Xbox One viewers know what it is. But no, it's never like that. But to be honest with you, the game does look really fun, and it looks a lot like a Portal protege.
It is. It's Portal without the portals.
Is it? See, I've never played Portal, so I don't know, but people are saying that.
Whoa, crap, whoa.
Well,
Yeah,
it's Portal is one of the best puzzle games
Yes, it is.
made. It's probably the best. Well, if you consider Tetris a puzzle. Well,
Good
either
call.
way, like Portal is a great, fantastic puzzle game. Portal 2 is even better. I mean, not only are they great puzzle games, they're also just great games. Period. I think anybody should play them. This has the same kind of structure. So you go into one room, and the AI will talk to you, and you'll say something back, and you'll solve the puzzle, and you go into the next room, and you repeat that ad nauseum, and the puzzles get a little more harder and harder as you go, and then the story tells itself in between each room as like the AI is talking to you and you're talking back, and
yeah.
it seems
So
very
creepy.
interesting. Yeah.
Very challenging.
Well, yeah. I mean, some of the puzzles are apparently very, very hard. So if you do want a walkthrough, I think Maka posted a full game walkthrough of it. Although I don't know if I would follow it because it is. I mean, it's kind of, defeating the whole purpose of playing a
Yeah.
puzzle game, right?
That's why I'm not watching it, because it's spoilers. But
Hey,
yeah.
but when you get that 50 gamer score for each one, like,
Well, yeah. I mean, he'll get you that 1,000 gamer score in an hour and 45 minutes.
yeah, like that's the thing. Like the game seems like it's short. I think I'm about halfway through it. Seems like it could be pretty short. I haven't had that much trouble with some of the puzzles yet. Like there was a couple of head scratchers where I'm like, maybe I'm too much of a hillbilly to figure this out. I might need to use YouTube, and I'm about to use YouTube, and then I'm like, no, don't do it. And then I figure it out, and I'm like, hey, that was easy.
I like how it's like they present it as like these are tests only a human can solve. Like because
Yeah.
it's based on the Turing Test, which is a test like to prove that what is it? Robots can be or
AI.
that AI aren't humans or humans aren't AI. I forget the exact distinction, but it's a really cool game, and it's made by the people who made
Numa.
Numa.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh, okay. Man,
I
I
think
might
it's
have to
better
give
than
that game
Numa.
a try. I've never played that game, but because again, I'm not really a puzzle fan. Maybe I am puzzled. Maybe just I don't know. I guess it just depends on the puzzles.
Yeah.
What about you, GKB? Did you pick this up yet?
No, this is a game that I'm definitely picking up. It's been on my radar since we heard about it because I love Numa, and I'm sure I'm gonna love this game as well. But yeah, I'm pretty hyped for it. So,
I thought you were gonna buy it last night. You said you were gonna pass my
I'm
Achievos.
playing Battlefield, guys.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I mean, now when you played Numa, did you use walkthroughs on that, or did you just, like I'm kind of trying to figure out, are you guys like the type that likes to get your brains beat in by these games, or are you the type that like will just give up after a certain point?
No, I'm the one that like I like to play on hard mode and stuff. I like to get my brain beat in to a point.
Yeah.
But then when I need help, yeah, sure, I'll search for it on occasion.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm the guy that plays on easy on everything. So, like AI plays the occasional shooter, or I just give me the story. You know what I mean? Like that's the mode for me because I don't have time for a lot of whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah, that's understandable.
in my
But
30s
for
now,
me,
just-
I love puzzle games, and I wait until the point where my head hurts, then I'll look it up or something.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't want to spend an hour on one puzzle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I can't get it in 10 or 15 minutes, then I'm gonna look for some help. Yeah, go ahead.
This is just I mean, this week, and Turing Test is really good, but 12 games came out this week.
Yeah.
And
How
they-
many are indie?
12 of them. And I mean, I know GKB and She-Wolf had a great interview with Henry Hoffman, but I actually started playing Hue as well.
Love
like
that
that
game.
And,
Awesome.
Oh my God, like I played it for 20 minutes because I got to stream the game because I got a review code too. So like I gotta do what I say because I'm not like one of those.
That's right.
What word am I looking for since I can't swear?
Hypocrite?
Yeah, I don't. If I ask for a game and I get a game for review, I will stream it and talk about it on the podcast. If I don't, there are people out there who will request games, get them, and not do anything with them. I think those people are
They're awful.
thieves. They're thieves,
Yes, they're
essentially. But man, I played 20 minutes of Hue. I think I got the color orange, and I love that game. It's great. Can't wait.
It
to play
is.
the rest
It
of
It
really
is.
good.
It's amazing. And oh my god. Okay. Henry Hoffman was so nervous the day that the embargo came up, where he actually thought that he still had an hour before they released. And I asked him when the embargo was up, and he's like, oh, I think there's still an hour and something. He's like, but let me double check for you. And he's like, no, there's only 8 minutes. I'm like, did I just make butterflies in your stomach go crazy? He's like, yeah.
He was really cool. You guys did a really good interview with him, and he like kind of trashed the No Man's Sky deal or whatever, which I thought was pretty funny. And you know what's interesting is like people, I wouldn't say we bash indies a lot, but there are a lot of bad indies this generation.
Yeah.
But I will say this: I've met a lot of indie developers this generation, and they're for the most part really nice people.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, did you guys
pretty
know
humble.
that Henry Hoffman, also the creator of Hue, also made Cube? For anyone who hasn't tried
Yes,
that game,
Cube is a
Cube's a
cool
good
game.
game.
It's a very.
it was actually a really cool game, and he created that one too. So if you guys liked Hue, you might actually like that game too.
I bet even Mooch would like Hugh. Ain't that right, Mooch?
Well, I guess I don't even know. I saw. To me, it just looks like Limbo with colors.
What's wrong with Limbo?
Nothing. It's just that. Nothing, but if you, I'm a little, I'm taken back by it. Like, I'm shocked nobody's saying it's like if I'm like, hey, it's a new Mooch game, and you're like, it's Limbo.
Hey, it's Battlefield 1, just like Battlefield 4.
But it's the same maker.
Well,
Same
yeah,
developer.
they always are. Games are games, man. Games
I don't
crip
know.
off for other games.
They could have just made a
fire
different.
other games.
They could have made a different looking character. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Very Limbo-esque, I agree.
Come on, that's call space. You can't. You know what I mean? Like I
I
can't
agree.
name something Melda and have a guy with a fucking sword running around,
I don't
shoots
know.
out, and you
There is
collect
this
hearts.
Zelda-esque game coming out next week
You
called
know.
Oceanhorn.
We did say that in the review, though. It does look a lot like Limbo. So.
Yeah, I
Hey,
mean that's
if-
the only thing. You know, I mean,
If you're gonna
remember
crib
Flappy
Mooch,
Flappy
if you're
Bird
gonna
got in
crib-
trouble for that. Good.
You're gonna crib from the best.
I guess so.
It's true.
I guess so. And don't get me wrong. I actually like what I saw from you. I liked what I saw from it.
Yeah, the good
no,
thing
go ahead,
about
Fox.
that is that once you start playing it, you literally forget. Well, for me anyway, I forgot completely about the whole. This looks like Limbo. So then you really
Yeah.
get into the story,
Once
the
you get the
music, the
colors.
voice acting. So it literally all goes away eventually.
How much is
So-
it?
Collectibles though, are
Like
for I think it's
$12 bucks.
$11.99 right now.
Nice.
You
Okay.
should have mooched it, Mooch.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
we
know,
actually
but-
had codes that we were giving out.
Well, thanks.
Well, it was not during the podcast.
Yeah, the casual corner. You missed it.
You guys know me. Like my whole thing with like interviews with a lot of developers, I'm always a little 50-50 on it because I don't know. I've been a part of some of them, and some of them are good. Some of them are like just like listening to the Screen Actors Guild. You ever watch James Lipton? Now, Tom Hanks, tell us a little bit about how it was to be
Yeah.
Forrest Gump. And then he's
Yep.
like, it was mesmerizing. And he was like, did you hear that, everybody? Tom Hanks said it was mesmerizing. And you're like, it depends on the action. You know, sometimes it's great music. Sometimes it's just
Oh, God.
terrible.
I think you just
So-
like
You broke him.
You know, I mean, but at the same time,
Oh
I'm
my.
sorry. I keep doing that Will Ferrell, James Lipton doing James Lipton in
Quick,
my head.
grab the the Starburst.
breathe,
Right?
breathe.
You know,
Breathe into the Starburst bag.
I do want to try Hugh out, and for $11.99, to be honest with you, that's not a bad price. It's really not.
Hey.
I gotta tip my hat to him.
And those collectibles are like deadly to try to find. They are so hard.
Think about this, Mooch. Soda Drinker Pro's $10. This game's much better, and is 11.
Right. Actually, if you guys had said 20, I would have been like, wondering what they're going for here. But $11, $12, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
that's
on
on
sale
the-
right now. Normally, I think it's like 14 or something, right?
Yeah.
14.
Yeah, it came
Yeah,
out
there
on
was
sale. That's a good way to
Yeah.
start.
It's a launch discount that they did. I was trying to look it up to see if it's still on sale, because I don't know when that was going to end.
Yeah, but I actually like the game too, and I'm not a big like indie fan, so I think it's
We're getting
interesting.
into that season. Gonna start coming out soon with Recore, but like,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
all these
Recore?
games.
What's
What's
Recore?
Recore? But I mean, there's more games coming out next week, and like more games, and more. It's ridiculous. Like I think I have like looking at my email, I got like so many games I need to cover.
Yeah, there's 13 days left remaining on the 3-day sale, so it's still $11.99 for 13 more days.
Yeah. So
Okay, cool.
I can't wait to finish that game. I can tell it's gonna get a little.
It's tough. It gets tough.
intense.
Yeah.
For an indie game, though, like the story is actually really impressive. And he said it took him like forever to do the story, and he had to like rewrite it so many times. And
Well, I know GKB is like the governor of indie games, and he beat the game. So,
well, if GKB can beat it, I mean,
no, I mean,
a lowly mayor like myself.
He is the governor, but yeah, he beat it. I watched him stream a little bit of it, and I was like, hey, that looks interesting. And then so I was like, hey, I actually got a review code. I got to actually review that game too. So. But I can't talk about it a little bit. I might not have a review up yet, but I do think that it's for an indie game. And I usually don't praise a lot of indie games. I think I can count on two hands the amount of indie games that I've liked so far, and this is one of them. So
sure.
So take it from me. It's pretty good. Now it's something that Mooch might be able to rant about without cussing.
Do we want him to rant? We don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah. Well, no.
Well, I've been practicing. Well, I put myself on mute, and I've been just saying like shush, sugar, and just all kinds of just.
He's practicing.
Practicing here, guys. I will not cuss. I have kids, so I've got good practice on that.
Yeah. Sony's big holiday game, Gran Turismo Sport, delayed into 2017 on the same day that Forza Horizon 3 goes gold. And we'll talk about Forza Horizon 3 in a little bit. But what are your thoughts, Mooch? Because I know you've either been chomping at the bit to talk about Gran Turismo Sport. This is like the one they're like, man, Gran Turismo Sport's coming out, and the Last Guardian. Man, Sony's got it all locked down. I mean, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, listen, the fact that we have the lineup that we have on Xbox with ReCore, Forza Horizon, Gears, and Dead Rising versus The Last Guardian, which clearly even Sony fanboys are saying looks like a PS3 up res. And then you have something with Gran Turismo Sport. Okay, Gran Turismo Sport is not in the Gran Turismo family. It's not in their succession, would be 7. The fact that they're calling it Sport already tells you that there's something wrong. So, not something wrong, but it's a side. It's kind of like how Resident Evil has Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then there's been Resident Evil, fill in the blank, Resident Evil, I wish I was 6, whatever they call it. So like this was Gran Turismo, I wish I was 7. So the fact that it wasn't, and I love how the fanboys just stop it, Sony fanboys. Well, they're gonna put more cars in it. No, they're just actually gonna take the game they were gonna release in November, and they're actually finishing it because it's not done.
They should have never had that as scheduled for a release in November anyway, because you remember when they were showing this thing off, and they were like, we're only 50% done, and everybody was questioning at the time, how are they going to get this game out? And how and why are they? Yeah.
It's all smoke and mirrors, though. This is what I've been saying since the first day you met me. Is that Sony is smoke and mirrors? Listen, here's the video game world, okay? And if Phil was on the podcast and we could actually give him some truth serum, he'd be like, "Well, Mooch, you nailed it." Basically, what it is this: you say whatever the f you want. Does that count?
That's good.
Woo, that was close.
Awesome.
I gotta be honest with you, that one almost slipped. You say whatever you want, okay, and then you just say later, oops, it's coming out later. And guess what? We can have all the picket and signs, and we can have big torches lit outside of all these companies, and guess what? It doesn't make any difference. They know it doesn't matter. So what you do is you never want to show a bad hand. It's just like a game of poker. Okay, the thing is at the end of the poker game is not usually till the holidays. That's when you reveal your cards. Yeah. But the whole time you sit there with a sugar-eating grin, and okay, thank you, and you sit there and you're like, no, we have games too, Microsoft. We have a lot of games. We have Gran Turismo Sport, and we have this, and we have that, and we have this, and we have that, and then at the end when you put your cards down, you have a 2, a 7, a 9, and a jack. And maybe a 5. My point being is that you have nothing in your hand, and Sony can do this time and time again because up until November, or up until now, people are buying their consoles, buying their BS. God, that almost slipped again. And you go from February till August lying to your consumer. They've been doing it since the reveal of the console. And like I said, they've been riding the media's coattails. So this is all just propaganda, media, and marketing 101. There's nothing here where you can, and I hate when people say it's genius. Isn't it genius that Sony knows how to lie better than Microsoft? That's not genius, people. It's fraud. It's fraud, but it's legal fraud because you have a loophole. There's a gray section in the clause that says we have the right to delay a game if we feel it's not up to our standard. And you can complain all you want, but they know that out of 43 million people, 42 million people won't go return their PS4s. It's become a part of your furniture. Even if you bought an ugly end table, most people just keep the ugly end table and try and put a fucking doily over it because you're not returning it. So my point being is you can continue to lie like they are and get away with it. And Microsoft doesn't do that.
To see how long it takes for you to actually make Crap laugh so hard that he bursts a gut.
Oh God.
Well, but once you take swearing out of my my speech, it's not as funny usually. So damn you.
Well, no, the funny part is like dancing around it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Well, I got to be honest with you. Whatever this is, I caught wind of it in the middle of an NFL football draft. Hear me out. I don't know. I'm sure you guys spoke of it, and I'll keep this within 1 minute.
We haven't spoke on it on the channel. Like people might be wondering.
You should, because they're probably wondering why we're saying sugar and gosh dang it.
Yeah. Well, apparently YouTube updated their guidelines, and so they're really trying to stop a lot of the drama stuff. So basically, what happens is if there's a lot of like drama or vulgarity and things like that, they can really kind of take away your kind of AdSense and things like that. And you know, I guess this is an attempt to stop a lot of the some of those channels that do that kind of stuff. I would say that honestly, it doesn't really affect me. Like I haven't been affected by it, but I have heard of some other ones that have been affected by it. So.
I do think that, and I don't blame you, Crap, because tonight's the first night, and this is when the rumor's going, so I don't blame you for doing what you're doing at all. But I think I do not think what we do on a daily or weekly podcast, any of us, I don't think that we would be flagged. I think what they're trying to do is stop what happens on the larger. You guys know we won't name. I won't name drop. But there's some of the people who have like 1 million subs or 2 million subs, and they curse. And they get on and they use it's vindictive clips of other people and they send them out, and then the hour video is them showing other people's clips and swearing and cursing and being very, very dirty, vulgar. That's the stuff they're talking about. I don't think if you stub your toe in the middle of a podcast and use the S word, you're banned.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I think we're being a little overprotective.
Yeah, they use very broad terminology, I guess, and so I guess there's so much content on YouTube. I think it'd be hard, but I do believe it's an attempt to stop, a lot of the like harassment and things like that goes on. I've never partaken in any of that.
No, which I applaud them for that. But I mean, you have to understand that there's people that have YouTube channels that are very similar to the people that are in the chat right now that just curse and use vulgar terminology towards us, towards women, towards racial slurs and things like that. That's what people put in titles, and then they do an hour segment, and they generally bash a situation, subject, or person, place, or thing. Okay, and that's what they're trying to clamp down on. They're trying to make YouTube a little bit more clean. Like on HBO, you can swear, cuss, and blah, 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 all you want in your show, but you have to pitch the show to HBO. You can't just go on there and be as disgusting as you want with no premise. You know what I'm trying to say? So what I'm saying is...
Really? Then how did Game of Thrones get on there?
Well, Game of Thrones is also depicting an era. You may not like that era, but that's what happened during that time, you know what I mean, one way or the other. You know, like beheadings, be this, be that. Those things happened back then. Now, you may find them gross or vulgar to yourself, but they say to you beforehand, this show contains nudity, vulgarity, wrong language, and if you don't like that, you can turn it off. Here, there's no filter. So what YouTube's going to do is they're going to put their own police in place to make sure that people don't do the disgusting. A lot of people are saying,
It's probably just going to be an algorithm, Mooch, because like that's what most of this stuff is. It's like an algorithm. I mean,
but I'm saying
GKB's like talked about that before. I seriously doubt you're going to have like a person at the keyboard pouring over it.
Right, but what I'm trying to say is that, like, I like somebody in the chat. He's like, Game of Thrones isn't real, Mooch. Thanks, no shit. Thanks,
it's a freaking documentary.
It's real to me.
It's real to me. After 2 bottles of wine, it's really real. No, what I'm trying to say is like, it may be an algorithm, but it's an algorithm that'll be based on, I think, your title and then your reputation, like a reputation system. So I don't think that they would know if Rand on the 1 hour and 43rd minute of Xbox Nation said the F word. I mean, I just don't think that's going to happen.
I mean, they're using broad terminology,
right,
to cover themselves, and I don't think it's as it. Yes, there are people out there who have built a living building certain channels a certain way that are going to be really hurt by this. But I mean, we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, we don't know. I mean, it's possible, like we do a podcast and something gets flagged, then I mean, who knows? We just have to wait and see. Maybe YouTube will come out and clarify the situation, or
lighten it up eventually. You know what I mean? Like I think that a lot of Google makes a lot of money off some of these people, so I think that they're going to have to work on what's affected and what's not. Like I agree that there should be, like I've been the victim of some of this stuff. You know what I mean? Like some of the bad end of the stuff, and I think that that's probably what they're trying to prevent, like a lot of the drama and kind of nonsense. And I kind of agree with that. But just people like we talk the way we talk. This isn't TV. I think as long as you're just like not F and F and F. You know what I mean? Like going off and talking about all kinds of gross stuff, then it should be okay.
Does YouTube actually have where, like, say for instance, Beam has where you can actually set your channel to 18, so like a warning thing comes up before you're able to stream that actually says
YouTube actually have sign in to confirm your age, yeah. But it's not. But the thing is, it's about advertisers not wanting to advertise with certain people. That's
no. I was just curious about because he was talking about like age and stuff, so I was just curious.
YouTube wants to keep those advertisers, so they're trying to make them happy.
Yeah. Eventually, they're gonna have to come out and be more specific and tell people, especially with these big channels being affected, they're gonna want some answers and stuff like that.
Well, you know what? If you look at the guidelines, a lot of the guidelines were already there. Like you couldn't be vulgar or sexual or really talk about things that are super controversial as far as politics or anything like that, or it's like quote unquote cyberbullying, or I mean, there was a lot of stuff. It's just they didn't really enforce it. So I don't know. Maybe this is like them sort of going on. And it's weird because I never signed any new terms of service or anything, so I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this goes off. I'm interested to see how it plays out. Like for me, like I said, it doesn't really affect me. I have not been contacted. I have not been affected. Everything on my stuff is still monetized and
but
good
how about that Gran Turismo though, man? Huh?
Gran Turismo Sport.
I mean,
segue.
Is it surprising? I think we all kind of like. It's not a real Gran Turismo game until it's at least had one delay. So now it's a real Gran Turismo game.
Yeah.
They always get delayed.
I think it's crazy. I mean, it's understandable that the media goes along with it. And they're like, yay, they're adding more tracks.
They're just like, oh, you silly people at Polyphony, you did it again.
Yes.
You released the game and you couldn't go to it, like.
Yeah, but when it comes to the fans, though, I don't understand why they're not flipping tables because every PlayStation exclusive is being delayed. And if I was a PlayStation fan, I would be flipping all the tables in every room. So, no, I'm not.
They're used to it right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty sad, though. I mean, I wouldn't want to be a PlayStation fan right now like that.
Just because I've been saying this forever, most people just get these consoles to play the multi-platform games. So as long as the multi-platform games aren't delayed, then they don't care.
Yeah,
it's
but
not
I mean,
really about the exclusives, essentially, for most people.
Well, I know that, but it was before.
It was before, but times change.
Or did the narrative change when Sony didn't have the exclusives?
That's true. That is very much a possibility as well.
I mean, with Microsoft coming out with the S and it's $299 and it does like the 4K upscaling and all the like the 4K game upscaling and the 4K media and all that stuff. I mean, like that's more of an incentive to buy an Xbox One S. And I think that games are sort of just look at the string of games that are under 1080p now on PS4. I mean, I think that whole argument of 1080p or death is kind of old hat now. You know what I mean? I just think that. I think that neither console, and it should have never been about the 1080p's anyway. Like a good game is a good game no matter what the resolution. So it is unfortunate though, like Foxfire said.
Oh shoot! How dare you! I'm so mad right now.
You can just hear it in her voice.
I know. Listen. Uncharted 4 got delayed multiple times. Drive Club got delayed. The Order 1886, Bloodborne, Ratchet and Clank, let me think,
Last
Horizon
Guardian?
Zero Dawn, Last Guardian. All these games have been delayed on the PlayStation 4, at least somewhat. I know what you're thinking. Like Bloodborne wasn't, but actually it was by like a month or two. You know what I mean? Same thing with Ratchet and Clank. They delayed it. You know, we don't even have release dates for like God of War or anything. A lot of people think those games are coming out next year, but I don't think those games are going to come out next year. There's not a chance.
God of War's got 2018, 2019 written all over it. They got problems. There's actually a problem even with that studio, right? Didn't they have some issues with that game? There were reports of, I mean, there's scandalous rumors, but they're saying that there's already problems with the God of War folks with the game that we saw.
Yeah, but like with Gran Turismo Sport, like they came out and said like this game's like 50% done with just a few months left to go before we launch, right? Like, who in their right mind thought this was going to come out like this year? Like, there's no one that was thinking that. That's ridiculous talk. And at the same time, like, this game's going to come out. It's going to be like $60. Why would you spend $60 on half the content of Forza Horizon 3 for the same price? That makes no sense whatsoever.
Well, did you guys hear that Sony pulled the Gran Turismo Sport E3 stuff? Like, that was another rumor that I heard. I don't know how factual it is, so it could be just rumor, but that they pulled it because it was so barren compared to what Microsoft showed off for Forza Horizon 3, which there was also a rumor that back when Drive Club was being shown off that year and Forza Horizon 2 was, remember Forza Horizon 2 came out and they're like 1080p, and we've got 1,000-person clubs, which, you know, Drive Club was supposed to be this big social racer for Sony, and I think they allowed like 10-person clubs. And then here comes Forza Horizon 2, and it's like this open world game at 1080p, at 30 frames per second, just like Drive Club. Looks great, but has 1,000-person clubs and like open world racing and all this stuff. Like, why would you show your trailer or go up against that? I think that Sony has a real problem getting out their first-party exclusive this generation, and they can't get a game out. I know, like, Phil, I don't know if he's, like, much of a gloater, but I would say that Phil is probably very pleased with the ability to get his racing games out on time. And, like, even though some of the...
He's pleased to get all of his games out on time.
Well, that's, you know what? There's been some stuff. I know people will be like, well, what about Crackdown or Quantum Break? You know, I think it's a little bit, you know, difficult with those, but I would say he's gotten scalebound, but again, like that, I think new IP might be a little bit harder to launch than some of the other ones, but like they've gotten like the Gears that'll come out on time, and Halo came out on time. You know, for Fable, that was a train wreck, and what happened with that? Phil was like, yeah, you're not a studio anymore, you know, and so he shuts down the studio, which who can really blame him at that point? You know, they're basically eating up money and all that stuff. And I remember Mooch, when I was really sad about that, I was like, man, they're really, you know, they shut it down. I liked it. And Mooch is like, dude, that's business, you know. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, they haven't really done a game since 2010 with Fable 3, really. I mean, they did the Connect one or whatever, but I mean, yeah, 6 years of lights and salaries and all this, and you don't have anything to show for it?
Yeah, I mean, just to give you an example, so you hear the other side of the coin from us, I mean, Fable Legends getting canned, if you're a Fable fan, you should be excited, because Phil's going to take that Fable brand and bring it back to what you liked. He didn't like that. He didn't like what he saw, and they weren't producing. So goodbye. See you later, Line. Don't be wrapped up in nostalgia. Just because somebody did something really great 12 years ago, these game industry people, don't you see it? Within the past 3 months, Adam Boyes is sitting up there fucking picking his belly lint up on the PS3 stage, PS4 stage, talking about 1080p and Sony's great and this and that. Now he's working for Iron Galaxy, standing on top of that roof with that picture looking like a douchebag. My point being is, like, these guys are all over the place. I hope that's not in the guidelines.
I think that's
is that bad?
No, I don't know. Like, maybe you dropped an F-bomb right before that, but it's all good.
Oh, did I shoot? Damn it.
What I thought was the most interesting thing from yesterday or whatever was not that Forza Horizon 3 was going gold. Well, a month ahead of time. I'm sure there'll be review copies for people in a week or two. Is that Sony decided to announce the delay on the same day that Microsoft decided to announce that the game went gold. It's almost like, because I know on Microsoft end it wasn't intentional. Like, the game's been in certification for a while. They just happened to announce it. Like, it was, but Sony decides to announce the game's delayed on the same day the racer from the other guys, it goes gold. I was just like, what is Sony doing here? And like you said, Mooch, like when they announced that it was coming out this year, and they said, oh, the game's 50% done or whatever. Or maybe it was GKB that said it. We all knew the game wasn't coming out.
No,
I mean, personally, I don't even think Horizon Dawn's coming out in February. I would not be surprised at all.
Well said. Absolutely.
If Horizon Dawn somehow was pushed to like the end of next year. It doesn't surprise. This generation does not surprise me with delays and things. Like it would not surprise me one bit at all. You know, there's like, yeah, you're right. Gears of War is going to come out at the end of the year always. Halo's going to come out at the end of the year always. Forza, I mean, those are like the three pillars of Xbox you can count on like something every year. Forza, Halo, and Gears. They're going to, you know, they're like machine clockwork. Like they always happen.
For as much as people bash that, they're like, oh my god. Personally, I love that you can look forward to those games. You know what I mean?
At least, you know, if you're an Xbox fan, you have those games to look forward to. And I know like Halo may not be for everybody, or Gears may not be for everybody. But I mean, Phil's all about options lately. Like where you want to play your games, how you want to play your games. So yes, you can play all the multi-platform games, but you can also play our exclusives. Where Sony's more like, we don't know when we're going to get our exclusives out. Yeah, they're coming. They're all in development, in quotes. And maybe it's smart of Sony not to give release dates for any of the games they showed at E3, like all those games. It's just in development because, I mean, they probably don't even know when Spider-Man's going to be done. Is that coming out next year? Is that coming out in 2018? When's that other game, Days Gone, I think it's called, right? When's that coming out?
That's very early development.
Last of Us 2? I mean, wasn't that like accidentally announced not that long ago? I mean, we all knew it was going to come. When's that coming? Like, is Naughty Dog going to take
Uncharted 4 just came out. They're going to take at least 4 more years.
I mean, it's interesting. I mean, this gen has just been so strange, and I think it's because games are just ridiculously complex and ridiculously expensive now. They take a long time to make. I mean, Quantum Break, yeah, you can beat the game in 3 hours. I did, but that was after a playthrough. But I mean, even though it's short and you can beat it really fast, it is kind of weird that it took them 5 years to make that game. I mean, other games do it faster. I mean, Call of Duty has a new game every year. I know it's different developmental studios, but they're chunking out a campaign plus co-op zombies plus.
Well, they do have the 3-year.
Right, but I mean, like even still, they did it faster than Remedy does, and I mean, it's just I think I'm at the point now where like I'm happy. Like I would rather Microsoft and Sony and everybody just do like what Bethesda did, or do what Microsoft did with ReCore, announce it last year, and then the following year it's like, hey, it'll be out this year. Like that that is like, okay, give me a year notice and I'm good. I don't need to know in 20, like I don't need for next year, for instance, 2017. I don't need to know what's coming out in 2020. 2020 is too far away. Just tell me what I can look forward to next year.
That's why I like Microsoft's E3 conference a lot more than Sony's. For the simple fact that we know what we're getting. And they focused on the immediate future, while Sony was just like, here's some stuff we have, in the kitchen sink. You know what I mean? Yeah, just my opinion. You know what I mean? It was like they were showing stuff, and like even if you thought it looked good, when is it going to come out? I mean, you can only say stuff looks good for so long.
And can you imagine? I said this last week. But like, if Microsoft's only game for us, exclusive-wise, for this holiday was like the HD remaster of Phantom Dust, the people would be throwing sticks and knives at Microsoft. Like that's essentially what they're telling their consumers. It's like, are you just happy with Last Guardian, the game that's been in development for 10 years? And everyone just seems to be like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I guess. We got Call of Duty and Battlefield to tide us over until we actually.
Wouldn't that be horrible if that game got delayed again?
I wouldn't surprise me anymore.
Like, has it gone gold yet?
No, I don't think so.
Wow.
They did announce someone's doing the guide for it today. But guys, I mean, like I said before, if Microsoft just offered me the exclusive for the holiday was just Forza, I would be upset. I'd be like, as much as I love Forza, it is just a racing game. I need other things as well.
Yeah.
Imagine if it was like, no, it's just Phantom Dust HD remaster. I'd be like, whoa, this is completely not acceptable.
Nobody in the Sony camp is complaining. This was one of the things that I said. This is a two-part like problem I have right now. When the Xbox camp constantly gets upset, like when they got upset with the Quantum Break stuff, then they got upset with the PC stuff, then they got upset with this, and then they got upset with that. I'm like, Xbox fans, calm down. Stop getting upset. PlayStation fans don't even get mad at Sony for taking away one of the two games that both sucked. Both games this fall were going to be awful. And one got delayed. Now you have one really awful game that's niche. Like, but you don't hear them say anything. Because they just sit there, they take their lumps, but here's the thing: whether it's Xbox or whether it's Sony, whatever these two companies decide to do, that's what you're gonna get. That's just the way it is. There's no way around it. So like that's the one thing that bothers me the most is I'm shocked that we don't hear. That's my beef on the Xbox side. My beef on the Sony side is why aren't you guys saying anything at all? Like, I'm just shocked. They don't say anything. Like, it got postponed, and you know what people did on the Sony side? Immediately started attacking Forza, or immediately started attacking Gears, or attacked the 1080p thing again. Instead of going after Sony, they went after us. So what I'm saying, like, I'm just the whole thing is it's frustrating to say the least.
It's because that goes back to their whole E3 press conference. Andrew House said their lineup was sparse. Their E3 conference was basically, look at all these great, amazing games that are coming out sometime in the future, in quotes.
Sometime
in the future. So people are like, okay, we'll accept the mediocrity that is this year's release lineup after Uncharted 4.
But they've been doing that for.
I know, but that's the thing.
Life.
People have short attention spans. That's what we got to realize. So, like, for those people, it's like, okay, like, yeah, we don't have, there's no Gran Turismo this year, which I don't think would have sold anyways because the last one didn't, and this one kind of doesn't seem very good. So it's like, they're probably like, oh, it's no big deal because we have this game coming, we have this game coming, we have Horizon Zero Dawn coming, we have X, Y, and Z, so that they're not upset, which, I just want people to ask more of, if you're like this Sony, if you're a fanboy of PlayStation, or you're a fanboy of Steam, or maybe not even Steam because that's not, maybe Valve's not the right way, but a fanboy of Nintendo or a fanboy of Microsoft, just ask more of the company you like demand more, demand better.
Well, let me just say something here. VGamer80 in the chat. I know you're listening. Listen to me. Before I was gonna just block you because you're an idiot, but before I do that, I just want to speak to you for a second. He writes, "The Last Guardian is better than Gears." Now, you have listen. Hold on. Wait. You have every right to say that as your opinion, but you should have said, "In my humble opinion, The Last Guardian is better than Gears." At least at that point, you're stating what is your opinion. That's like you saying the Star Wars, the Force Awakens, is not as good as Finding Dory, that just came out this summer, which is the Finding Nemo successor. First of all, if you're between the ages of 3 and 11, I may be able to understand where you find Finding Dory to be better than Star Wars. Other than that, you sound batshit crazy. Bat crap crazy.
Oh.
But to come on here on a podcast and write The Last Guardian is better than Gears, you sound like a moron, or a very uneducated human being, if YouTube will let me. Like, you just sound like an absolute retard. And I don't understand. This is what I was just saying a second ago when I said I don't understand the Sony camp. VGamer80. Now, I'm going to put you in a 300-second timeout here just because you're an idiot. But my point is, that makes no sense whatsoever to say that. What kind of human being would even type something like literally, even if you're not a Star Wars fan, it's like saying Finding Dory is better than Star Wars. That's just a moronic thing to put out in public. If you were to just hold a sign in the middle of any street USA that said that, a bunch of people would walk by with their left hand out while they walk by you and smack you in the face just as they walk by, because that's what you deserve for making an idiotic comment. Now, if you said, "In my humble opinion, I think this is better," but you see, this is what we're dealing with.
Yeah, did they say Gears of War in general, or just Gears 4?
He said Gears of War.
Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna jump in and say that is.
Remember.
I mean, I don't care about you.
Girl.
I know, right? I don't think that that's accurate at all, because the only thing for Last Guardian is the trailer. So if you're just saying the trailer is better than that game, Gears as a series, then I don't agree with that at all, because you haven't even played the game. It's not out yet.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you haven't played the game, then how do you know? And this thing has been in development purgatory for 7 years now? right? And it's changed the hardware and all that kind of stuff. And oh, hey, we got over 400 watching. Nice. Woo. Thank you guys for coming out and watching the newly and improved, friendly Xbox Nation. We really appreciate it. Yes, rainbows and butterflies.
Yeah. Just so you guys know, I held back on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, you know what? Look, yeah. So anyway, look, here's that person's just a troll. Let's be honest. But also, Forza Horizon 3 did go gold, and
awesome.
The Halo Warthog, right? I mean, are you guys? I'm actually excited about this because, like, the Australia setting is obviously right and perfect for this. I mean, are you guys? And also a demo coming supposedly September 12th. So I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on this? And they're saying this thing's 46 gigs.
Ooh.
I mean, the size is like whatever. I don't really. I mean, Halo's ginormous, so I don't really care. I got plenty of space for that. But
well,
that
Recore only awesome. 6. So hold on.
Don't get me triggered, bro.
How big is Recore? 6. Trigger. But 46, yeah. I mean, come on. I mean, to me, awesome. Like, I always get super excited about the Forza Horizon games. I don't know. There's just something about it. Like, I almost gave Forza Horizon 2 my game of the year when it came out. I just had so much fun with it. I love that series. I think that it deserves to be rated a little bit higher. I'm hoping that this is going to be one of those 90 plus. You know, come on, you reviewers. Times are changing. It's not 2013 anymore. Don Matrick's not there. It's okay to review an Xbox One game as being something nice and good. So, just what are you guys' thoughts? Are you guys as excited as me? Woohoo!
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think we've all been waiting for it to be in Australia, and finally they said it, and then they show us a lot of great trailers and stuff, all the cars, and I can't wait to play the freaking demo. So yeah.
Yeah, same here. I can't wait to play it either. We see a lot of footage. It looks fantastic. The Warthog looks awesome, man. Like we said, it's like perfect to be in those sand dunes, jumping around with those trophy trucks and all that kind of stuff. I can't wait, man. Are we gonna be able to, when we're driving the Warthog, be like the Master Chief or anything?
I don't think we're gonna be Master
Chief.
No,
I think in the trailer they just had a regular track
like a regular soldier,
driver. Yeah.
But what was interesting, because I remember in Forza Motorsport 4. They did the Auto Vista stuff with Kinect, which was actually kind of cool, a cool use of Kinect, which was where you could like look around the car and stuff. And I thought that was cool, and they let you look at it. But I think this is the first time outside of, I guess they put a Warthog in soccer cars, but this is the first time you're really going to be able to really kind of drive a Warthog like how it's supposed to be. Like soccer cars, all the cars handle like pretty much the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
this one's going to feel differently, especially with that Forza touch. Every car that you drive feels differently whereas a heavy, like, I guess muscle car, a muscle car or an import, they all feel differently.
Yeah, and I know She-Wolf is excited to play this game for game night, right?
Hey, I'm actually looking forward to this game. I may not I wouldn't even really say I'm not a huge, racing fan, but I don't know. I really like to. Honestly, I'm more excited for the co-op on this game, like playing the campaign and everything, because this is gonna be awesome when you can play this with your friends.
How is the co-op campaign gonna work? I'm kind of curious about that. What do you? I wonder. Like have they really explained that? Like how does that work?
There's like a couple of achievements for doing co-op, but didn't seem like it was anything to do with like the campaign. I don't know either. I mean, it's interesting. I think.
Oh, I was gonna say I would think it's career. If it's co-op.
You probably can just race with your friends in races and stuff like that.
That's like online.
Yeah, so the demo's probably going to be the one I played at E3. It's a really, really great demo. I did see so Frankie, who's the works at 343, like in charge of the Halo stuff. Someone's asked him on Gaff. He's like, I'm pretty sure 343 is not calling the shots here with this. And then he goes, haha, Playground and Microsoft did all the hard work, but you can't just go grab a Zurich and stick them in Connectimals without, asking someone. And then he goes, or working on the scale of the fiction, providing the original enhanced assets, textures, audio tuning, music, handling information, approvals on changes to prevent it from being the most OP vehicle ever made, and so on. 343 calls the shots on any and all uses of the Halo franchise entertainment phenomenon. I thought that was kind of funny.
Okay, so they actually, you know what I like? I like that Microsoft is kind of like, the fans, I think, really like this kind of stuff where they mix the things up, like put a Warthog in Forza or put the Arbiter in
Yeah,
Killer
KI.
Instinct.
Yeah.
Or General Rom and Killer Instinct, or if we get more, who knows what's going on with that? Like they got you kind of guessing what's going on with that. But I like that they're kind of mixing it up and putting things where it makes sense, but not making it like over the top, like with Nintendo and Mario. Like, oh, Mario's a tennis guy and he's a soccer star. You know what I mean? Like, hey, let's put Master Chief and let him play tennis and stuff. Like they do it right.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and I really like that, and I'm really, really excited to hop in and play this game, and I'm glad that you guys are too. Like, just
Yeah, I like that they do that. It's basically, it feels like it's just for the fans, whether they're doing that for themselves or not. It just feels like it's for you, and this is for the Halo fans to come and play Forza.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about it, and yeah, but I want to go ahead and move on while we can. PlayStation Plus went up, and their September games are announced. Mooch, Lords of the Fallen, and Journey.
Yeah, well, I beat Journey on PS3, and I mean, I guess that's kind of worth getting. I guess Lords of the Fallen doesn't interest. It didn't interest me when it was free on Xbox One.
I have it,
So-
but I mean, I got it. I downloaded it, but
I mean,
I'm
I'm playing. I'm sure you guys know because you guys are on my friends list. I'm playing Dark Souls 3 now. I'm trying to get through that, and I'm enjoying it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm enjoying it.
Dark Souls 3 is good.
Dark Souls 3 is quite interesting to say the least. Very in-depth game. It's a lot of like trial and error. It's like a trial and error, third-person sword game. I don't know how the fuck to explain it. Oh shoot! Damn it! How can you not swear on YouTube? How can you not swear on YouTube? I swear to God, it's like, come on, man. It's like going to an ice cream stand and not getting a cone. We only have dishes. We don't sell cones here. I'm out. No, really. I'm really gonna try and work on that. But well, this isn't fair either. My first time with a censorship is after a football draft. Come on, we had one of the best breweries in our area. We went and got a keg from that place. It was amazing.
How many New York Giants players did you draft?
Believe it or not, this is the funny point. I only took Jennings, and that's it. I took one running back. That's it.
Yay, sports, right, guys?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Sports ball.
No, nothing. But oh crap! I don't even remember what the heck we were talking about. Bring me back.
We were talking about Forza. We were talking about the PlayStation Plus games.
No, PlayStation Plus. So if Lords of the Fallen didn't interest me then, it's not going to interest me. Definitely not going to interest me on PlayStation. So I mean, I don't know. You guys that have does anybody else have PlayStation here besides me and you, Crap?
I think
I have PS3. No, I have PS3, and my brothers have the PS4, which I borrow here and there.
Have you played Journey? Like I started to play it. I already own it.
PS3.
Yeah, and I'm
you
like,
beat Journey in 2 hours.
I don't even know. Like it's kind of boring to me. It's
extremely boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing going on at all. It's a game about nothing. Another game about nothing. That one game of the year.
Do the Seinfeld. The boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, right. Like it's a game about absolutely nothing, and IGN gave it Game of the Year in 2012 or whatever it was. Like just my God, the fanboyism. I love how we fanboys and girls, absolutely. But my point
speak
being,
for yourself. I like everything equally.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And love and peace.
Everybody still thinks you sold your PlayStation, Crap. Why are you lying to them?
Okay, this is exactly what happened. I knew somebody that was getting rid of theirs. They wanted $100 for it. I was like, okay. GameStop was giving $200 for them, so I was like, okay, here you go. Net profit to me, $100. Like, who wouldn't do that? I still have my original PlayStation 4. You know what I mean?
Selective hearing. What you're saying right now, they're not going to pay attention.
Well, you know what? The next day I did a video, and I even said that, and people just like don't know what the deal is. Like,
yeah, I believe you. Because a couple of days ago I saw a video saying you still didn't, and I was like, what?
So, I mean, look, and I go online, and anybody that wants to add me, Crapgamer, go ahead. But you're not going to see my trophies because I think it's funny to annoy people that way. They're just like, let us see your trophies. And I'm like,
the trophies are exclusive, that's why.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're me, you can see them. And they're sweet, man. I tell you what, I'm a level 10. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Level 10.
Nice for a Crap.
So as for the games, I mean, it doesn't sound good. And even though my brothers play PlayStation, it doesn't sound good to them either. So.
Yeah. I mean, look, this game's about like $10 now. It is better than the other offerings, though. I'm telling you what, like all the indies and stuff like that.
It's a step in the right direction for Sony.
like GKB, when you get the Neo, I mean, is this going to be a game that you're going to be, will this be some games you wanted to play?
Definitely not getting the Neo, so I don't think I'll be playing that Journey game. I do have Lords of the Fallen, though, and I actually enjoy that game a lot. It is very Dark Souls, but I think the graphics are better in Lords of the Fallen than Dark Souls. The gameplay and everything in Dark Souls, that's where it's at, like the hard stuff like that. It's not as hard as Dark Souls, but I enjoy Lords of the Fallen. It's actually a really good game.
Yeah. What about you, She-Wolf? Interested in any of this stuff or no?
No.
Yeah, okay. Good. Good input. Good. Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Aaron Greenberg says Quantum Break, excuse me if I don't laugh while I'm saying this.
Oh, I want to give a big shout out to Aaron Greenberg. He's amazing.
Yes, okay, so for those that don't know, Aaron Greenberg's like, hey, I'm going to arbitrarily pick some fans and send them a Scorpio pin, and it's She-Wolf and GKB, and probably Rand, right? Did you get one, Rand? Rand?
Crickets.
Hello? Rand Al 4K?
Where did you go?
Oh, he's over there playing with the 4K TV. That's why.
Yeah, he's hooking it up right now.
That's probably exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
But okay, so Aaron Greenberg sent you guys, the Scorpio pins, and I think that's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I was super honored, man. It was, it was awesome. I was like, out of the blue, he just DMs She-Wolf and is like, "Hey, I got you guys some awesome pins and thanks for taking care of the community and all that kind of stuff." So that was a great honor, man. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you guys deserve it. You guys do a lot for the community, and you guys.
Yeah.
We're not the only ones, man.
You guys kick booty. You know what I mean? Like, like rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? Good job, guys.
I mean, we are the greatest podcast on Tuesday nights.
Yeah, I mean, the casual corner is one of my favorites.
Hashtag fact.
Yes, and hey guys, like Hell Habo, he really likes it too. If you guys didn't know, we forgot to say, but congratulations to my bro Hell Hammer, who got married today.
Bro.
So
nice.
Congrats for tying the knot, bro.
Yeah, that's why he's not here. A lot of people are like, "Oh, well, why are you here then, Crap?" And it's like, look, they've been already living together for like 6 or 7 years or something. I think they're on vacation, so they just kind of made it official while they're on vacation or whatever. So we'll probably do some kind of thing when they get back or something, like go out to eat or something. But yeah, congrats to my bro and his, I guess his wife now. So yeah, awesome. Now he can be like, I like to watch my wife sleep. And we both like Metallica, and I have long hair, and I play the bass guitar.
Love it. It's great.
So yeah, like.
Oh, you missed the other impressions earlier.
Oh, did he get one of me?
No. Well, I'll tell you after.
Okay, great. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I love when I'm always a few minutes late to a podcast. I love listening to the first 5 minutes because it's like, crap early on wouldn't know if I was. Now he knows I'm going to show up when I say, but he didn't know that I would show up before. So, Mooch is probably doing something, and who the hell knows? He don't care that I'm doing a show. And then it's like, oh, hey, Mooch is here, everybody. Hey, Mooch is here. He made it. He's here. Holy shit. I mean, crap. Damn it.
Yeah.
Who can't swear? Who does this to people?
Well, none of us have done it yet. It's only been you.
But if you guys were like 6 beers in, 7 beers in.
I did one.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you, GKB.
Oh, okay. Me
I'm
and
gonna be
Fox are
honest.
still rocking the casual.
Somebody get Fox and She-Wolf a couple of daiquiris.
I said HELL twice. I don't know if you guys heard it.
But I think that's stuff that's allowed on TV. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Anyway.
Oh man, now we gotta live by TV standards. Oh yeah, it's confusing.
Anyway, back on topic. Aaron Greenberg says that Quantum Break sold "quote unquote" really well and above expectations, but do we actually believe him?
No, this would be a good thing for Rand because we talked about Recore and expectations and stuff like that. I don't know, they put a lot of money in that, so the expectations had to be pretty high. So I'm really not sure on this one, man.
Wait, which game did Aaron Greenberg said met expectations?
Quantum Break.
We were talking about this last week. I mean, listen, he said that. I think that they did fine with it. I don't know if they recouped their, $90 million for production is massive. That's a large number to even take into account. But I mean, I think they did fine with it. I mean, listen, here's how I can judge it. And don't just say, I have a lot of people on my friends list on Xbox Live. And when that game came out for 2 weeks, I mean, I would say probably 70% of my friends list was playing Quantum Break. I mean, that's a good judge to say that a lot of the mass, and if all those people are, it's all word of mouth, right? It's a word of mouth game. So if everybody on your friends list is playing it, they've told 1 or 2 people. I know 2 of one family member of mine, 1 friend of mine bought Quantum Break. So I mean, and they don't do the podcast thing. They don't care about Twitter and all the stuff that we go through. They don't know about this world really. So they just did it because they were like, oh, you're playing that? Is that a good game? Yes. Okay, I'll go buy it. So what I'm saying is if you take the people that are on my list, your list, and they all said it times 2. Listen, that's how the pyramid scheme works, people. Okay, that's how it works. So what I'm saying is, but then when a game comes out and then there's nobody on your friends list playing it, you're like, maybe not so good.
Yeah, I agree. So.
Yeah. Did you guys lose me on the end there?
No, I got you, dude.
All right, great. I was gonna say my mic completely went like dead for a second. I was like, holy crap.
I think he went on to also say like not all games get a sequel or whatever. So I think that's kind of telling as well. You know, like, oh well, not all games get a sequel or what have you. You know, that's kind of.
Well, Back to the Future was a huge hit, and it took 6 years to get a sequel. People didn't think that was coming out. There's a lot of movies that don't get sequels that we all loved, and we're like, how come that never got a sequel? I mean, he makes a valid point. You know, I mean, it's not necessarily that I agree with everything he said, but I mean, what he said is kind of factual, and maybe you got to remember something. Maybe the numbers worked out, but maybe the relationship between Remedy and Microsoft kind of went south. You know, we've said a million times.
I mean, they're doing other things now with some other people. So yeah, it could be.
So these developers that think the grass is greener on the other side, they're usually full of sugar. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's really they're full of it because they leave Microsoft and then they come like crawling back usually in one way, shape, form, or another, and that's fine. Look at that. Look at the people who made Loco Cycle. We want out. Okay, leave. They haven't done
anything. Yeah.
They're full of salt, actually.
Yeah, they're full of salt. Is exactly what. They're not doing anything.
It's not Microsoft's fault that they made Loco Cycle and Loco Cycle wasn't great. You know what I mean? Like I actually liked a lot of what the heck is that? What is their name? That developer, Twisted Pixel. Right? I actually liked them. They did one of the better Kinect games with Gunstringer. I actually liked that one. I liked, I believe they did The Maw, and they did Splosion Man and Missplosion Man. I liked all those games.
Yep.
And then unfortunately they made Loco Cycle. I think games where you mix like live action, like acting and stuff. Like if you guys played It's in the Vault, that new Need for Speed game. The game is okay, but the live acting stuff is just horrendous.
Yeah.
Right? The acting and all that stuff is just.
I really don't like when they do that in Need for Speed.
Yeah.
I really don't.
It's so cheesy, right? Like it's that girl. She's in the like coveralls and she's acting like she knows how to.
The only
fix
game
a car and stuff.
Yeah, I know, right? The only game I accept that from was like the first Resident Evil, because that's a throwback classic. And it's funny.
You, the master of locking. Yeah, like I mean, it's terrible.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be that though. It's just referencing, the Need for Speed Most Wanted, where the cutscenes and the FMV were terrible. I mean, it was designed to be cheesy.
Yeah, well, was it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, because you know what, FMV always reminds me of the Sega CD for some reason, and a lot of that was really bad. But Rand, we were talking about Aaron Greenberg basically saying that Quantum Break sold well and meet expectations, but we're not sure if we believe him. What do you think, Rand? We're curious.
Okay, this isn't the first time I've heard that Aaron say this. I mean, he's probably telling the truth, but then again, their expectations for that game probably were extremely low. And I think I did come back and I heard you guys say something about like maybe Mooch was like some games don't get sequels or something like that, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, I think when you're a big company like that and you invest a lot of money into Quantum Break and Rise, or you invest a lot of money into Order and games like that, it's with the anticipation that the engine's built, you do a lot of the heavy lifting at first, and then you milk it with sequels.
Right.
So I kind of don't buy the whole thing that like, well, some games just don't get sequels. It's like, no, I'm sure if Quantum Break sold 10 million copies, there'd be Quantum Break 2.
Yeah.
It's just that at some point, it's just like at some point in the initial sales for any of these games we're talking about weren't good enough to continue to make the next one, which is disappointing because it's almost like a sore area for Xbox right now. I mean, you've had like Rise, which is kind of disappointing they didn't get to do
I
a
like the
sequel.
story on that, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
it's disappointing we're not going to get a sequel, even though the game sold decently, especially for a launch title. Sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks that we're probably never going to see a sequel to Sunset Overdrive 2, a sequel to that game.
Yeah, I love that game. Ugh.
We're not going to get a Quantum Break 2, which they clearly tease at the end of the game. I mean, what?
He's going back to save her.
Well, also the very, very end of the game after the credits.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I find that to be disappointing. Like, I wish we were getting sequels. So yeah, maybe Aaron's telling the truth that yes, it beat our expectations, but he's not telling us what his expectations were. Were their expectations to sell 500,000 copies and it sold 750? It's like, oh great, but that's still not enough to fund a sequel. I mean, that's disappointing. I don't believe any of these companies really fund these $50 million games and just say it's a one-off. It's just a one-off. It's like, no, these are they milk things. Like Halo is milked. There's a Halo game every year. Gears is milked. They got all this I mean, we just talked about the Warthogs in Forza Horizon 3 for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
All these things are designed to be.
There's other elements though. I mean, all we ever talk about on podcasts is sales and money, and that's a huge portion. But there's a lot of other little things that can make the cog not work together. And like, let me put it this way. Okay, so Major League, right? The movie Major League, that did very well. And that was one of the stars was Wesley Snipes. But then in the second one, it was Omar Epps.
Yeah, and they made fun of Wesley Snipes because he was off doing like action movies and stuff. Yeah,
right.
So that was pretty cool.
Well, I was actually going to ask, like, do you think that Sunset Overdrive would have actually sold more if it, say, had co-op in it?
Well, absolutely would have given it longevity, but my point was it wasn't sold more or sold less. My point is just that after they got done doing the game, some of these, remember, developers are like directors in Hollywood. They're artists. They're delicate artists. They like to do what they do, and then after they get done, sometimes they're like, I don't want to touch that piece of art again. And it's like they're just done. And don't get me wrong, there's other directors in Hollywood that are like, I want 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they drown us with movies. And they drown us with games sometimes. Like Metal Gear Solid should have stopped a long time ago. That game has gotten putrid as the years have gone on. I don't care if you liked it or not. It's not like the game you fell in love with when you were younger. It's just not. And the same thing's happened to Resident Evil. It's not the game you fell in love with anymore. Stop pretending you do.
Those old games weren't all they lived up, all they were cracked up to be anyway. They handled like shopping carts.
That's my point. So I mean, my whole thing with, let's just take Sunset Overdrive or take Quantum Break, for example. There may have been a falling out with the studio. There might have been a falling out with Microsoft. There could have been, we already know, Remedy has a new CEO. Like the CEO came in and said, I don't want to go in that direction. I want to go more mass production and more what like Respawn did. Make a game that's more dumbed down. Let's go a little bit more to the masses, the casuals, because there's 50 bazillion people buying those, and there's 1 or 2 million people buying your delicate, genius crafted artwork. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of different things. So Sunset Overdrive could have been glorious in sales, and you still wouldn't get a sequel. And that happens all the time. There's a lot of movies. Like, why did Godfather have to have 3 renditions, but Goodfellas only got 1? You telling me they couldn't have made a Goodfellas 2? You could have come up with another gangster story? There's a bazillion gangster stories.
Well,
maybe
they had already off
Joe
Pesci.
Well, it doesn't, maybe they didn't want to do it, though. You know what I mean? The actors don't want to do it. My point being is that all we ever talk about with the fanboys on plays, like, well, you didn't sell more than I sold, and you didn't sell more than I. It's not always the sales. If you have Aaron coming out saying that they met expectations, then sales were met if you're going to believe him. If you don't want to believe him, that's another story. But if you want to believe him, sales were met, and maybe it was because the delicate geniuses didn't want to go back in the studio to create that work again.
I agree with Mooch. There's a lot of factors that go into it, especially with games and stuff like that, and movies and things.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
I do. I just, I was really just kind of interested because a lot of people assume that it flopped like horribly, and I'm not sure that I believe it flopped horribly. I'm not saying that it sold 10 million, but I think that with all the sales and everything, that it could have possibly sold, better than a lot of people kind of really think. You know what I'm saying? So
people are so easy to jump on that, though. I mean, they said the same thing for Tomb Raider and Forza Motorsport 6. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, and I love both of those games, so you know, hey, it is what it is. Okay, so the PS4 Slim got its first review, and this site gave it a 90 out of 100, right? And this site also gave the Xbox One S an 80 out of 100, and it like seemed like it was way more impressed with the PS4 Slim, even though it has none of the 4K stuff and nothing.
Well,
you know what I mean?
first of all, can I ask you a question, Crap? Are we talking about that? It's something like the gamer mom or whatever that thing is, that lady. Is that who did this?
No, it's a site. Didn't you see the tweet? I retweeted it earlier.
I did see it, but I didn't see who it was. I read and looked at all the the article and picture. I just didn't see the name of it.
Yeah, it's a Let's Play Video Games.
No, that's who I'm talking about. Let's Play Video Games is a lady in her kitchen.
Is it?
It's a lady in her kitchen. I saw the video. She's just a woman. She doesn't have that many followers. It's just that she got her hands on this. That's why it's made a lot of news.
Wait, so this is a lady in her kitchen.
It's a lady in her kitchen opening it, and then she hooks it up to her PC in her disgusting bedroom.
Huh.
That's all it is. But anyways, to get to it, she writes down all the negatives to the PS4, which is no HDR, no 4K, no 4K upscaling, optical's been taken out, this and that. 9, boom, and then on the Xbox One S it says not much difference from the original. Don't look for any graphical jumps in your games. 8.0. Like she's just a Sony fan girl. That's all.
And she has a butt mug apparently.
Yes.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, the reason she's getting the fame she's getting is she somehow manipulated and got her hands on this console before anybody else.
Well, yeah. I don't know. Like for me, I think that it's kind of interesting to see how some of these sites are gonna spin this, because have you guys noticed that a lot of these sites are conditioning people to think that the Neo and these things are 4K. Like I heard a lot of people go, okay, well I'm getting my 4K TV, getting Neo ready, and I'm thinking 4K TV, what do you need that for? Like Neo is not going to do games natively 4K or anything. It's native in the same aspect of games as the Xbox One S, is just upscaling stuff. Yeah. So I mean, what is your guys' like GKB? I haven't heard from you in a while. I know we've been kind of, I don't know. It is what it is. A little bit odd show today, but yeah, go ahead and give us your 2 cents on what you think.
Man, I don't know. Like the whole thing that she was doing, like I saw the picture and everything. I don't understand where she was coming from. She was like, pretty much, this one has less, this one has more, but I'm gonna score this one higher than the other one.
Yeah.
I didn't get it, man. Like, and as far as like people like getting 4K TVs for the Neo and all that kind of stuff, like if the specs are true and it's 4 teraflops, like it's gonna be hard pressed to go ahead and do 4K with that. I mean, it's gonna be hard, even with, you know, and I hate to say it, even the Scorpio specs it's gonna be tough. Like I think first parties are gonna be like the only ones that are really gonna push it because of whatever reasons, and you know, third parties are just gonna be parity with the lesser of the two. So let's be honest there. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I want to see when they come out and talk about the Neo and stuff, and see what they got, and let's talk about it then, man, for real.
September 7th, we'll know, and I know She-Wolf is like super excited. She's like, oh, Rick got the popcorn ready and everything.
It's gonna be a great day.
But which one are you guys gonna watch? Are you gonna watch the Apple event, or are you gonna watch the PlayStation event? I mean, those are like choices, you know.
I know where Mooch is gonna be for sure.
I'm definitely watching the Apple event.
Mooch, you're not gonna watch the PlayStation event, Mooch?
No, but we already know what's coming out. You've got a burnt piece of toast, and then you got a triple layer, double fudge, double chocolate cake coming out. Sometime around October 13th or something like that. Like, I mean, there's nothing they're gonna show us that we don't know.
Yeah.
And it's in, I don't know, and Crap, I'm sure that you were trolling with your report here. But when I saw that, I was like,
actually, I was going to save it all the way till the end and be like, hey,
I'm sorry.
Not true. It's actually coming out this year.
Of course it is. I looked at it when I was driving home, and I'm like, what this crap? And I'm looking at, I have a couple of people that I follow on YouTube that are complete pony sites and they're not the ponies that are the annoying people that, you know, curse and swear and hate Xbox. They're the people that actually report, but they They report factual stuff as much as they know. And usually when I see something like what Crap wrote, I would look to there and they would immediately have something up, even if it's a 3-minute like rumor report. And I'm like, I don't see anything here. I'm like, what's he talking about? So of course it's Crap being Crap.
Yeah, Crap just being Crap. That's what Crap does.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine. It was fine that I found that out, but I was like, what the hell did I miss? I was like, I've only been gone for 3.5 hours.
Yeah. Well, oh my gosh, they just released like what the specifications are for the Warthog on Forza Horizon. Apparently, it's a twin turbo 8-liter V8 with 6,500 RPM with a top speed of 119 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds, 0 to 100 in 9.817. Wow, that's pretty fast for a big old beefy car.
Sounds like a giant muscle car.
I just hope it performs better in Forza than it does in Halo. That's all I hope.
Hey, She-Wolf seconds that. If you've ever played Halo with her, you'll know what I'm talking about.
She was driving those ones.
Huge.
Oh, hey, Mooch, I think you missed it earlier when Rand has a 4K TV now.
I saw Rand's picture, and I noticed. I also listened to TXR. Maka was giving Rand a lot of shit this past Monday. So
yeah,
you're not the only one.
I'm not gonna.
A lot of shiz with a Z.
Did I say it again?
Yeah, no, you said shiz, bro.
I did. Yeah, I said shizat. Yeah.
I think Crap called me Randall hypocrite.
Randall 4K
listen,
as well.
Listen, we've got to understand something here. First of all, Rand, I'm proud of you. So I'm the only person that'll come out and say that. When I saw you did that, I drew a complete blank. I took the fifth. I was like, Rand didn't say anything. Rand was like, because I was glad you went and got it because realistically, and I know you had a couple of other perks that made it made more sense for you to actually do the trade-in. But my friend, I told you, I said this on many podcasts the past 2 weeks. My buddy came up to me that works with me. He's like, are they still doing the 150? I go, they're doing it till today. Thanks for waiting till the last second. He's like, I'm leaving at lunch right now. I already got my Xbox One day one. He's like, I'm going to wrap that up and go get the S. So, I mean, he's like, for 150, he's like, I'm getting Scorpio next year. He goes, I'm definitely going to get 150 for that. I go, of course you will. If you're getting a 3-year-old system, $150, of course you're getting a 1-year-old system, even if you sell it on eBay. So, it's a no-brainer. At the same time,
though, technically, to Rand's defense, I'm going to be like his defense lawyer right now.
Ooh,
technically, he never said he was not going to get one. He just said that he didn't have a 4K TV at the time, so he did not actually find it necessary to get the S. But if he bought a 4K, then he actually fought his own case by getting a PlayStation.
So
4K TV afterwards,
so it was like my birthday, like a couple days leading up to it, and I was like, you know what?
You treated yourself, right?
Yeah. So like I traded in my Xbox One, I traded in my 360, and my Xbox One connected a couple games I had.
Now?
Nope. I haven't turned that thing on in years. So.
He beat all the games on it. That's why.
They gave you like $25 for it.
No, I actually got like 40 something for it.
Oh wow.
Oh.
So I only ended up paying $70 for the Xbox One S, which like Mooch said.
You signed it, and you probably could have sold it on like eBay for like.
Nobody's gonna probably get like a cent for it or something.
Dude, you're the 1 million gamer score guy.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. But so I got it for $70. I'm like, okay, I'll definitely get 150 for when I traded in for Scorpio, so it's okay. And then it was like, I noticed that the Samsung I bought was on sale. So it's normally $650. It's currently $200 off. And then I for my birthday I was like, I did a birthday stream and there was some gracious people who donated, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy this 4K TV. It does have HDR Premium, which is HDR10, so it does have that.
That's like so awesome.
$440. I'm like, screw it, YOLO.
I'm not saying Microsoft is the only company, but Microsoft is one of the few companies that has sparked 4K. There's another 3 or 4 people in my office getting 4K TVs now. I'm getting another 4K TV. 4K TVs are dropping like mad. Like anybody that was like, well, I don't have a 4K TV yet. Well, that's a you problem because they're giving them shits away right now. Damn it!
Shiz with a Z, bro. I heard it with a Z.
Shiz nazzle.
Yeah. I mean, so it's a 40-inch. I mean, I don't need a gigantic.
How much was
TV. It was $440.
Yeah, that's totally reasonable, people. Like, you can't say you can't have a 4K. But you know, Rand, here's the thing in your defense too. Actually, that's bigger than you said you want to play on anyway.
Yeah, I mean that's about the range I wanted to play on, and I normally set like 4 to 5 inches for my TV. So I was looking at the viewing chart of when the tangible benefits of 4K come into play, and that's about exactly where I sit for the size of the TV that I got.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at this right now. That is nice.
Rand, what specs?
Samsung.
What specs call out that you say it'll be ready for? See, my biggest fear, and
it has PlayStation now, so I can play.
There you go.
On there and all that.
You don't even
finally.
need. Rand, so what you're saying, Rand, is you can play PlayStation exclusives without a PlayStation.
I can. It's a Samsung TV. Of PlayStation now.
He's been dying to play that Uncharted series.
I have.
There you go.
So Rand, let me ask you this: is it exclusive if you can play it without a PlayStation? Like, if a tree falls in the woods and nobody's around, does it make a sound?
You hear it? Yes. Yeah.
It's interesting because, as Mooch and you guys know, I do really, really want to play on the Uncharted series and Last of Us. Those are
Uncharted is a great series, to be honest with you.
So now, I mean, I guess all I got to do is go out and buy that Fisher-Price toy DS4 controller.
Well, you could use a DS3 too.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I don't have a DS3, but no, I'm just really excited to. I held off playing on Deus Ex when I I was going back in my mind about getting this TV, so I was like. I held off on it. I'm gonna go back. Like I still have the DLC to go, so I'm gonna go back to Tomb Raider because I still got the DLC to do in that game. I haven't finished Doom, so I can't. Destiny, like people tell me who have 4K TVs that Destiny looks like a completely different game when you play it in 4K.
Yeah, I've been told that by many people too.
So I mean, I can't wait to take it for a test spin. You know.
Well, you know what? Like it's interesting because I've seen like Zaire do videos and he has like a 4K TV, and I've seen Mortal Kombat on his, and I was like, man, that looks sharp. Like you could tell the difference. Like to me, I can see a difference in 4K from 1080p. I can't tell any difference at all with the lower ones. Like I don't know, maybe I'm blind. I don't know, but like the 4K stuff, I can definitely tell. So I'm actually going to get one too this year. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm upgrading everything over to 4K. Like, my computer's ready for that stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like everybody's going to be getting it in Black Friday or this holiday and stuff like that.
Well, plus, you know that Horizon comes out, and it's one of the first games to support HDR, and this has HDR Premium. So I'm like, ooh, so I get to see what HDR is like, you know. I can't wait. I'm, like, super excited.
I would be too. I mean, that thing looks sweet. Also, somebody won your Cloud X HyperX.
Yep.
Nice, and it wasn't me
today. Well,
it wasn't me either.
I pulled it. It was Eric Jackson.
No, I wasn't accusing you of.
No, right. Some people did. Some people did. Oh, I can't wait to pull the winners for the Gears giveaway. That's going to be amazing.
That is. I'm actually, you know, wouldn't it be funny if I won that because I already have one like pre-ordered? But like, hey, if I win it, you guys better not like go. Oh,
can you imagine if Mooch won that?
Oh my gosh!
Oh, I'd love it. I'd love it. I'd be like, you kidding me? I'd be dancing in the streets. I'd be like, sugar
I would cry.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
pull my name, Rand. Pull my name. That's that's the Mooch's version of what actually happened in what is that? I can't even remember the name of that movie, the TV show on AMC now. Damn it! Instead of say my name, pull my name, friend. You guys don't know what I'm talking about. Sorry.
I have no idea. Mooch is like,
it's the one where they're making the meth in the freaking lab.
Oh, Breaking Bad. Okay, gotcha.
So GKB She-Wolf or anybody else here? Have any of you guys played in 4K?
No.
No, I haven't played 4K. I mean,
when are you guys getting a 4K?
I actually haven't either because I have my Xbox One S, but I have it upstairs. I'm reserving the setup downstairs for the Gears one on my 4K.
Gotcha.
That's why I want to get my 4K for upstairs. I'm like dying to go get it.
You're usually on board on top of
I know, you're the tech guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I already got mine picked out, man. I'm getting a 4K ultra wide, like for me and She-Wolf, and then we're getting like a 4K TV for the front room too. I don't know what size we're gonna do for the front room yet, but yeah, we're already playing on it, man.
But it's just we were getting the consoles first. We got the 2TB S, and then we also are getting the Gears one, and then of course we have the two little ones for like Christmas and stuff. So we gotta kind of prioritize a little bit.
I wonder how Hugh would look in 4K.
Awesome.
Amazing. It doesn't need 4K. It's amazing regardless.
Yeah. Like how she just like matter of factly like, here you go. You know what I mean? So,
Promote that game till the end, damn it.
Hey, you know that game is fun. I have to admit I like it. You know, I don't want to get like super redundant or anything, but yeah, we've almost hit the 2-hour mark. I figure close enough we can start wrapping things up. Moot, since you weren't here for the beginning, tell us a little bit what's going on with you. What do you got going on?
Well, we got our usual. We got Crossfire Friday, 6 p.m. I will be giving away. I have a Halo. I believe it's a Halo Master Chief Collection. And I have it in the whatever that barcode is where you hold it up to your Kinect and it gives you the game instantly.
Yeah.
I'll be DMing you.
I love that actually.
I love it too. I wish they would use that a lot more. I'm getting tired of the 25 characters. Yeah, so I have a Halo Master Chief Collection game we'll be giving away on Crossfire to a lucky winner. And me and Crap may have some news for people coming out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or the day after. And then BGS.
Huge news.
Huge news.
Huge news.
Huge.
Yeah, huge news. It should be.
Donald Trump's going to be on the show?
Oh.
What's that?
He said Donald Trump going to be on the show.
Yeah, right. No.
Well, you guys are both like huge.
Yeah, well, it is. Well, we think it's huge news
Well,
anyway.
we think it's
no,
huge.
we're not.
It's big to us. That's all.
Yes. So, yeah.
Do you get to hear after the show?
Yeah, we'll
Sure.
tell you guys. Rand, what do you got going on? I know you got TX Star and whatnot.
Yeah, so we have a special TXR Monday. It's going to be early. It's at 1 p.m. Pacific, 3 Central, 4 Eastern, and we're going to be joined by Craig Duncan, the head of Rare. He's going to join.
Oh, that's a big one! Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. He's going to join, talk about Sea of Thieves, history of Rare, the legacy of it. So he's going to be with us for an hour, and then we'll probably have like a regular show afterwards. So
hey, please try to find out like some interesting stuff about Sea of Thieves, like the single player quests, or
I'll ask.
Don't be wimpy, Rand. Be like
I am the one who asked the questions on the
yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited. I got to play Sea of Thieves, so I'm going to try to dig for more info. I don't know how much you can say, but it should be a good show.
Yeah. So I mean, wow, I'll have to definitely watch that, man. That sounds impressive. Governor GKB, what do you got going on, bro?
What's up, man? I can't wait to see that interview, Rand. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. We got the Shop Podcast on Saturday, Console Corner, the best damn podcast on Tuesday nights. And then back on
the
Xbox
best
Nation.
Casual podcast, would you say?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
We could throw that out there. Yeah, then Xbox Nation on Wednesday, Community Game Night as always on Saturday. Make sure you guys get us your epic game clips so we can feature you on the Console Corner, show off your cool gameplay.
What are we playing Saturday?
Battlefield 1.
We're playing Battlefield 1, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hopefully
because their friend invite system actually works.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Awesome.
And awesome. And you guys have a lot of cool stuff. Like you got some interviews up on your channel and reviews.
Yeah, reviews. Got a lot of reviews coming.
Yeah. So you're the governor. You're the indie governor.
For real.
We'll keep an eye on that, and we got your Twitter and channel link below as well. She-Wolf, what do you got going on?
Someone
ICXM
just
article.
messaged me. Yeah, they'll be up tomorrow. I actually have someone just messaged me and they're like, Crapgamer and Mooch's biggest news is they're gonna be on Dancing with the Stars.
Yo, that would be epic.
Nice.
It's just too funny. But yeah, you can obviously find me on Twitter, Xbox, Console Corner, Gamers Knows Best, all that fun stuff, and back here on Xbox Nation.
Yeah. Even more enthusiastic. Rock and roll. And don't you got like some kind of ladies podcast a couple times a month?
Oh
or
yeah,
something?
that's actually coming up this Monday.
Yeah. See?
So yeah.
If she missed it, I was gonna mention it.
Yeah, I'll let Fox mention it.
Yeah. Oh, and we have Fox, who actually has done a really good job filling in today. Like, it's night and day between how you are now to when I originally heard you on the Console Corner and like some of your earlier content. Where he's like,
Yeah.
hey guys, this is
I was a baby back then. Now I'm all grown up.
how you guys doing? Yes, that's nice. I got some good stuff going on. No, it was really interesting. So yeah, like I crank your mic when you come in here and stuff, but you are like, yeah, real like
Yeah, do that.
Don't mess with gears. Yeah.
Yeah, don't mess with gears. So yeah, like I want to say thanks, and you did a really good job. Hopefully you weren't nervous or anything like that. It's all people you know anyway, so it's just.
Yeah, I was gonna say only a little bit, but obviously I've done podcasts with all of you, just not here. So it was an honor to be here, and I think it's pretty cool. Everybody in the chat is awesome.
Yeah,
and,
and everybody hit that like button. Get them likes, spam them things. That's what I'm talking about.
We're up to like 179 versus like 27. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that is amazing because I gave myself a thumbs down. So.
Whoa.
I was like, you suck, Crapgamer. You suck.
But yeah, I'll be on the Ladies Night podcast with She-Wolf on the Gamers Knows Best channel, alongside GKB on Console Corner, the sexiest podcast on Tuesday nights.
Yeah. 33%
and
sexier.
Ladies Night will be at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have a couple new female gamers for you guys to hear.
And if you sat through the whole thing, you're like, hey, crap, what about this report about PS4 Neo being delayed? No, I haven't heard anything about delays or upgrades. What we've heard was from people at Foxconn who actually have been making this thing for months now. It's already been in production. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, it would make sense if it's coming out in October, like the original rumors. It would have to be in production.
Well, a lot of people were like speculating that they would delay it in the next year, which never made sense to me. Because when you look at what the developers are saying now, what was it, like one of these developers, another one was like, it's not about the teraflops, it's about this and that and this, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, okay, I see now. Like when you see the comments and articles like that now where developers like, it's not about power or pixels, it's about this. And they're like, oh, so when the PS4 was more powerful than the Xbox One, it was all about power and pixels and all this, but now that it's opposite, none of that stuff matters. It's good to know, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. But yeah, thank you guys all for joining us. Make sure you guys like it, and make sure you guys hit it. Fox, what's your Twitter? Give that out.
Lady Foxfire on Twitter, and as well as everywhere else like Twitch and YouTube and.
She has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, and I know
I do stuff.
GKB and she will both do a lot of Beam stuff, so you guys can find them on there too. I think they got they're real la-di-da on there. They got over 100 subscribers each or whatever, followers.
La-di-da.
Yeah, they're like fiddlesticks, man. They got a lot of people following them on there. And Rand, he streams and all that stuff. 1 million gamer score. So thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you guys next week. Keep it Xbox. Rack 'em up.
Peace.